nerds, what's up? Oh my gosh, it's time for another video. I'm doing another tag. I was tagged to do the Guilty Reader tag by Katrina over at Little Book Owl. It was created by Chammy over at Read Like Wildfire, and let's get on into this. Okay, so number one, have you ever regifted a book that you've been given? Yes, I surely have. I've done this a lot with my sister. My sister Lauren also likes to read, and it's not something that I do when I don't want the book. It's usually if I accidentally buy two, which has happened, or if I've grown out of the books. I gave her the entire Mediator series by Meg Cabot. I've given her the entire Marked series by Kirsten and PCcast, or Kirsten and PCcast. Have you ever said you've been a book? Have you ever said you've read a book when you haven't? A Tale of Two Cities, twice, for two different classes. Once in 8th grade and once in 10th grade. Didn't read it either time. I think I've read one whole chapter of that book. Other than that, I don't think I've ever been like, oh yeah, I've read that. Number 3, have you ever borrowed a book and not returned it? So I try really hard not to borrow my friends' books because I am one of those people who doesn't like to read the books that they borrow for a really long time. Which is why I also don't really like to lend out my books, because I'm afraid that they'll be like me. So I do have a pile of books right over here. Actually missing one of the books. You've seen the one that's missing quite a few times. It's called Cunt, and I was reading it for the Bibliobook. Still haven't finished it. But yeah, this is my pile of books. Most of them are borrowed from my friend Kelsey, and she gave those to me to borrow before she went to Europe last year for like 9 months, and then she basically said just keep them until you read them because I'm not going to read them anytime soon, so it's fine. And so this made me think that I should just whatever, never read them apparently. But they're all rereads except for one of them, I think. Yeah, I'm a bad person, I know. Number 4, have you ever read a series out of order? Okay, yes, but not on purpose. I think I read one of the Percy Jackson books before I ever read the first, I read the 4th one or something, because I got it from the library and didn't realize that it wasn't the first or that it was a part of a series or anything. I've done that a few times as a kid and I don't really remember what they were, but I for sure thought I picked up a book that was either a standalone or not in a series, or the first in a series, and then it was not. Number 5, have you ever spoiled a book for someone? Yes, I have. Not on purpose. So one time I did. I was at work and I spoiled the Harry Potter, something big that happens in Harry Potter. I don't remember which part that I spoiled. Maybe that maybe Dobby or something. And it was to somebody who I didn't realize had never read them, because we worked together and she was totally nerdy like me, and it was great, and we always had great conversations, and she'd never read Harry Potter before. She has since though, so don't worry, I got her. I just assumed and I said something and then she was like, what? Oh, I'm sorry. And then she read them a few months later. And I've also spoiled small things for people. The Bibliothon girls, we tend to accidentally fuck everyone up because we have a private Facebook message, a group message, and every once in a while we'll assume that everyone has read the book that we're talking about, and we're wrong. Number 6, I think. Have you ever dog-eared a book? Yes, in my childhood I did not know what the point of not dog-earing a book was. I feel shame. I borrowed Twilight or New Moon, one of the Twilight books, I don't remember. I think it was not the first one. I think it was New Moon or Eclipse, from my friend, and I dog-eared the pages and she got real mad at me. We were still friends after that. We didn't die. Number 7 or 8, have you ever told someone you don't own a book when you do? I don't think so. No, I don't think I have. No, I don't know very many people who would ever ask me in the case of first of all, I don't know very many people who know as many books as I know. Every once in a while I'll meet somebody who is a fellow nerd and who asks me things like, do you own I don't know, Throne of Glass. And I'm like, holy shit, you know what Throne of Glass is? This is amazing. But really, mostly it's my sister that asks, and she used to live with me, she knows. So, yeah. So no, I don't think I've ever done that. Have you ever told someone you haven't read a book when you have? Only if I've forgotten. I don't think I would, no. I feel like no. Have you ever skipped a chapter or a section of the book? Yes, but only for school. I tend to be one of those people who doesn't do that. I don't like to move around. I know people who, I knew somebody in high school and in college who she loved Harry Potter, and she would just like pick up a random book in the series and just like pull it up to an open page, a random open page, and just read from there for a little bit, and I could never. I was like, how do you do that? And I've never purposefully like gone to the back and read the back page. Have you ever badmouthed a book that you actually like? Twilight all the time. I have badmouthed that book so much, but like I still to this day love Twilight. Like, I know it is not a good book. I know it has lots of issues in it. I know, and I don't care because it's entertaining and I really like it, and it just gives me fuzzy feelings inside when I reread it. Have also, especially like in high school, after the like crazy amount of Twilight fandom was happening, which I was a part of, then there was that time where like Twilight fucking sucked, and I did that a lot, and I feel bad because I love it. I love Twilight. And I did buy the special edition, and I did read the gender swapped version. Those are things that I had to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Thank you, Katrina, for tagging me. Who am I gonna tag? Shoot, who did she tag? I feel like I always tag Momo, so like let's just keep that on a roll. Momo. I want to tag Sierra, but she'll never make this video, but like let's pretend she will, and I tagged Sierra. I feel like Kelly would have some good answers to this, so Kelly from Kelly's BookSpill, Dylan from Dylan the Reader? Dylan, what's your channel name? I don't even know, but Dylan, you know who you are. That's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye! I wish I could take all the things